We ready. We rolling.
We're on. Hey, everybody. Shock Talking is back with Gretchen and
Camille.
Hey, everybody. Glad y'all are with us for a new week. You just popped a new piece of gum in your mouth. I'm going to call her out.
Sorry, I want you.
I know. That is the number one. There's the number one thing when you interview somebody and they have gum. You always say, can you spit your gum out?
That's the number one thing they tell me when I was on TV, too. Camille. They just knew. They were like, Camille. And I'm like, fine.
But you usually hide it up in there.
It's hidden. You can't. You'll never know.
If you smack, I'm going to smack you.
I might smack. But it's just the thing I want to do because I'm not on TV. I'm not being censored. I'm not being managed.
This is your rebellion.
This is my rebellion. Okay. I like to chew gum.
I know you do. It's just, have you ever tried to talk to I'm sure you have, you're a therapist. Talk to somebody, all they do is smack gum?
I feel so sorry for you. Because it's every day when you talk to me.
That's true. That is true.
Oh, I love gum.
Okay. Hey, everybody. We're glad that y'all are back. It's almost October. That's so nutsy crazy.
I know, but the weather change is going to be welcomed for me.
Oh, I bet.
I'm sick of the heat.
I have slept with my window open, and it's just been so nice.
Don't scare me. I don't want you getting...
Anyway,
like that.
Gasms, y'all. We're going to talk about our weekly gasms. Camille, I feel like you are hanging on the edge of the bed. I think you need to push yourself over here.
I'm on the edge.
So every 2 weeks, Camille and I go see Dr. Karen, and we have our giggle therapy in the name of getting our PRP microderm treatment.
Right.
Which I love.
Yeah.
I love.
Fix their texture.
Sometimes the day or two afterwards, your skin's really dry. You know, because it's like aerating your skin. You got all these little grids and holes and shit like that going on. So I decided that my orgasm this week was a moisture-gasm. Because if you've ever had dry skin anywhere and you put moisture on there, you just gotta go, oh.
It soaks right in.
Thank you, Jesus.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's kind of lame, I know, but that is the one thing that made me feel really good this week, not to mention on Sunday. You know what I did on Sunday?
What?
I just go, well, screw it. I had ice cream.
You had carbs?
I never.
What
I mean, it's not that I don't like that stuff. I just usually don't eat things that are bad for me. I don't know what the moon was doing that day, but I just went in and I just got myself some ice cream.
She's chewing her gum that way. So that's my rebellion. I eat ice cream. She don't eat ice cream.
I had an ice cream gasm. But you know what the truth is? Like, I don't love ice cream, so I don't really know why I did that, but I did. What about you? What's your gasm?
I'm trying to think when last time I had ice cream is. Let me think here. So
you don't know.
I was thinking I really didn't. I had a shitty week. So I can't say I had a gasm this week.
How's your car?
Car's in the garage.
Wait.
No,
why? You at home garage or at the
home
dealership?
Garage. No, I still got to finish my financials. I haven't got my tax returns back from last year because we had to. Anyway. So I got to finish that up, and then it's official. So
when we're finishing that up, what are we doing
that? Before Thursday this week, and then but I just don't dare drive it.
Oh, I
want to make sure it's all official before I'm driving it around going, yeah, this is all mine. So it's mine. It's just I got to make sure my
okay. Well, we need to post a picture of you in that car because you are the shit in that car.
Shit.
You are.
Okay, good.
Like your hair looks better, your lashes look better, your boobies look better. Everything looks better with you in that car, girl.
Thank you. I was made for a convertible Mercedes.
She's like, I was built for that car.
I was built for that car.
Things to ask Jesus. So right off the bat, there's two things pertaining to animals that I want to ask Jesus. Why is it, number one, that a dog can't wait to throw his head out the window when you're driving, but if you in his face when he's sitting there, he doesn't like it? Wind and wind, right?
Maybe it's the smell.
Shut up. Here's what I really want to ask Jesus. So I had to take the dogs. My house is up for sale, and I have to leave when there's a showing because I have dogs, right?
Totally, yeah.
So one time I was taking the dogs to the park, and Gus shit in the back seat.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the hell? I made sure they went before, and it's not like it's a long haul drive. Then, okay, so he hasn't done that since.
But it's like territory. This is a new, I got to cover this up with smell. I think that's part of it.
Okay, but here's what I want to ask Jesus is, I get them to the park, both of them get out, and I bet you they shit at least 5 times each.
They're covering up smells.
I am going around with my baggie picking up all this dog shit.
Is it running? Or is it?
Well, they get out and like they're so excited to be running around and they have to get in position and then they shit. And then they do more and I'm throwing the ball, but I'm like, what is happening with their bodies that they go, I'm so excited I got to take a poop.
What kind of food you give them? Because that's a little bit too much poop.
Camille, you're missing the point.
No, I get
Jesus,
the point.
you get it. I just want to know.
I think men and dogs poop about the same though. Just saying.
How is it that men are always regular?
I know.
They are all, and they like shit on command.
They do, and they're proud of it. That's the only birth they're ever going to give them.
My boys take pictures and send it to each other.
That is.
They're like, look what I just did.
Because that's the only thing they're ever going to birth. That's so disgusting.
That's
we're never going to do that.
Well,
right?
and the truth is, men usually eat a hell of a lot more.
They eat a lot more, and they're active physically, usually. But I do think for doggies, I think the food's a big thing, honestly. But they do got to cover up smells. They want to be the top dog, so they pee over.
I know
and
they pee on stuff. I know, and then y'all, Gus steps in his own shit, and I'm like,
this dog needs to.
I'm like, we're going to run you. We're going to run you. So those little paws are all cleaned off before you get into my nice little car.
You need those paw cleaners. They got cleaners for dogs yet.
Anyway, time to tell the truth. Only this time, the truth has been told, Bill Cosby.
I'm happy.
You know what I'm not happy about is, over 30 women have come forward. Oh, excuse me, 60.
60. Oh, yeah, it was over 60, yeah.
60 women have come forward. I was saying about Larry Nassar.
Yeah.
And this particular case that had the sentencing is only on one case.
That's right, because it was the statute of limitations that was a problem for a lot of them.
Yeah. But the courtroom was filled with women that had come forward.
I love it.
So in case you're like, what the hell are y'all talking about? So we know that Bill Cosby months ago was found guilty, right? And so he was out on home arrest.
Yep.
Still enjoying Netflix and all that he could do.
And all of his food.
Yeah.
His own home cooking.
Right.
Yeah.
And so Judge Stephen O'Neill just today gave him the sentence. So it's 3 to 10 years max for this one case.
One offense.
Well, there's 3 counts, right? And a retrial. Of course, he's got to, retrial. And his court of appeals, he's going to be doing that and all this kind of stuff. It's interesting because his attorney team was trying to go for the effect of, he's 81. Do we really need to send him to prison? Mm-hmm. Oh, that just got all over me.
He's a offender. Yeah, we need to send him. Yeah, let's send a message. Yes, we need to send him to prison.
And then his attorney team was saying, okay, but he's 81 and he's got bad health. And the judge comes forward and he said, well, then that makes sense because we just spent X $1 million on treatment centers for those that are elderly that are in prison.
Oh, that's good. We'll put that to use.
Yeah.
Good. That's great.
So this is what Judge Stephen O'Neill said. This is his quote. No one is above the law, no matter their wealth, fame, celebrity, or even philanthropy, because that's what his attorney team was trying to say is, look at all the good he's done. 60 women.
To mitigate his abuse of women.
I texted you last week, there was an article like on a Dateline or something like that. It's still on, so I'm probably going to be on definitely with this sentencing, but it was interviewing just a handful of the women and how he did what he did with, drugging them.
Yeah.
Drugging him.
Well, the pattern was there, and I watched that Dateline interview with him, and the Playboy centerfold, beautiful woman who she married Lou Ferrigno. So she told her story. She was not abused by Cosby. She wasn't raped by Cosby, but she was taken by her date to Cosby's place. And Camilla was there. So Camille was there.
His wife.
Camille was there. And all of a sudden now she's gone, and her date's kind of gone. So she's alone there with Bill Cosby. And he did give her a drink. She didn't drink. And he gave her a pill. She didn't take the pill. She was playing pool. So he rushed her, and it startled her. He went to kiss her. And he kissed her, and it really bothered her. And from that moment on, she ran. She said she went to find her date. She went down the hall. She escaped.
Yeah.
But he got really aggressive with her.
Yeah.
So when she heard someone on the radio talking about this, and it wasn't really, it had come out a little bit, and that comedian was talking about how he was a rapist. So that's kind of how this all kind of got out in the news.
Not the comedian was a rapist, but he was making fun of Bill Cosby. And
he rapes women. You rape women, Bill, but I swear, he was talking about.
No, it was.
So, but this woman So she called the radio station, and she's a celebrity, and she said, I want to validate this is what he did to me.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what got things a little bit pushed further. You can see the ball kind of getting taken down the field with all these things. There were so many attempts to get this guy held accountable, but it was a joint effort. And I see that. It's like it almost has to take a little village to get these people held accountable.
By the way, he is the first major conviction of the Me Too and Time's Up era.
Love it.
He is the first one. I love it too. And I was listening to a couple more of those interviews.
Yeah.
One of them was, I don't remember her name, but she was a very prominent model.
Yeah.
And, I listen to these stories, especially people in the entertainment field, because I have heard these same stories in my own personal life. As you're getting into that field and you're a young woman, and the line always is, I know I can help you with your career.
Yeah, that's the dangle carrot.
Uh-huh.
Let me get your dream for you.
So she was on a photo shoot in Indonesia somewhere. He flew her to Tahoe.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to talk to her about her
singing career. Yeah, he wanted to help her sing. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful young model. Yeah, and then he rapes her.
Right, drugs her,
raped her.
And his whole thing. And the gal, his whole thing was like Benadryl. It wasn't like some crazy.
And then he got Quaaludes. So you're right.
And then he started buying. And the thing is, he admitted to drugging women, so he could take. He already admitted to it.
Well, that was an error by his attorneys. Frankly, because they allowed that questioning. They should have objected immediately to that question, and they didn't. But that's what really hung him. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where
because
he
they brought
confessed.
It back up.
That's exactly right. Well, and they tried to stop it. They tried to squash that and say that's not relevant to these cases. Actually, his moral high ground that he comes out and says that he's Mr. Bill Cosby and you shouldn't swear.
America's dad.
And he's telling Eddie Murphy not to swear and stuff like that. Eddie Murphy, I love Eddie Murphy, but it's hilarious.
Can you imagine somebody telling you not to swear?
Oh, right.
I mean, like, oh, hell no, fuck you.
Right. It'd be like, I don't think so, sugar.
Oh, man.
So, but that, to me, this whole thing, the irony is just so thick because his moral high ground, that he's America's dad, that he doesn't swear, that he doesn't have to. And I'm going to tell you something about all the pedophiles that I know personally, okay, and there's a handful. There's one, I'll just say his name, Paul Bryant. Paul Bryant didn't swear. Paul Bryant would say "shucky darn" and "gosh darn it" and "dang it." Okay, his little claim to fame was I don't swear. I go
clean.
to church. And so they have this thing about you don't have to swear. So it's interesting how they have this moral high ground in so many other areas, yet they're predators.
To look apart, right?
To look good in
there
some
was
way,
a cute gal that was a young actress, and she got the role on one of the episodes on the Cosby
and she was
show.
a pregnant girl.
She played a pregnant role, right?
Yeah.
And sure enough, Bill Cosby assaulted her.
He did.
But she had to go back and finish the scene
with
him. Yeah.
And you can see her, it's so awkward as she's playing that scene.
I know. And along with the whole, I don't swear, he had met her parents.
Yeah, and her grandparents.
She was like 20, young 20s.
I'm taking care of your daughter.
I'm taking your care. Just played the part.
He did.
Just a predator.
I'll take care of her like I was her own father.
Right.
He said that. Can you believe that?
Yeah, no, I totally can.
And it's so astonishing. And there's power in numbers. There's power in telling the truth. All these girls have a very similar version of his kink.
Yeah.
It's like he's going to dope you, and then he had two women. He got these two girls at one time.
I know.
God.
Yeah. I know, but I love this judge. I love this judge. He was a male judge, which Larry Nassar says, he wants a retrial because there was a female judge.
Yeah.
And I love that this Stephen O'Neill said, you know what, I don't need to hear all the good things that you've done because you're playing a part.
Right.
You're an actor, and now you're playing a role of being some great philanthropist.
Yeah.
You're actually a predator, just like everybody else in the system is. He left the courtroom. Handcuffed.
Good.
Went straight to prison.
Good.
Right?
Oh, good.
And he already had his appeal team ready.
Of course.
So I'm sure his attorneys, before his sentencing ever happened, said, okay, this is probably what's going to happen.
So tonight he's got his first night behind bars.
I hope you're having a bologna sandwich. You know what kind of gets all over me, though, Camille, is I think 3 to 10 years.
Has
this girl, she was a basketball coach at his university alma mater.
Yep.
And I think... has she only suffered 3 to 10 years from this?
Right, and all the women. I mean, look, there's no justice here. This is just a start.
Yeah.
But at least it's an acknowledgement. And I think what's happening, and I think the statute of limitations has been lifted in California, but a lot of these women now are using their celebrity and their voice with this Me Too movement to abolish the statute of limitations.
And it should. Yeah, and I was just
agree,
thinking,
yeah.
I hope that when you see a courtroom filled with 60 women plus that have come forward, and this is only charges that have been convicted for one of those rapes, I hope that people that have suffered through this type of abuse, men or women, realize, you know what, you can't wait too long. Come forward and say something, because you can be protected and you can have support. But
well, the times have changed, because I think in the past it probably wasn't always that way.
Well, no, I mean, heck, when we were talking about Weinstein and Jane Seymour, and that whole thing, and there was an era and there was a time frame, especially long ago, like whenever this happened to her when she was a young actress, that you just didn't talk about it.
You just accepted it. You just took it. You grinned and buried it.
You know why people, I think, accepted it? Because I've been in this boat. This is how men are, and
they can't help themselves. And
I'm not talking about rape. I'm just talking about, I was in a photo session once, and I heard the whole lines about, why we need to shoot this kind of way. And I had a scout from New York, I told you about how he had to come into the bathroom to make sure my breasts have not been burned or had any kind of dysfunction. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm a young kid. I want to go to New York. I want to start my career. I want that dream. And I'm like, you justify in your head, okay, all right, he is a professional. You just talk yourself into stuff that your red flag knowing goes, no. And the thing that I'm reading these stories, about Weinstein and Bill Cosby and, Matt Lauer and all these people that are using their power
to abuse,
to get what they want and prey
in the name
on naive, innocent, young women.
Well, I'm going to give you your dream.
Right.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. And thank goodness.
That's the lie.
Thank goodness that it is a big ass celebrity like Bill Cosby that is the first. I love it.
The first of many, I hope.
The first, I hope, of many. Yeah, and I would hope that the other ones are kind of scared shitless right now.
I do too. I hope that.
Right.
They will be.
Hey,
good. That's a victory.
That is a victory. That is a Me Too and Time's Up victory. And I really, really hope that more people come forward. Even if nothing can be done for them, I bet there was a lot of power in that courtroom having 60 victims.
Just even sharing their stories with each other.
Yeah.
And then now they're at least getting some attention with Dateline and stuff. But just even talking about it, that is when the silence ends, healing begins.
You know what kills me, and this is what really ticks me off, is the amount of people, men or women, when somebody comes forward and they go, you just want money, you're just trying to get fame, and they don't put any validity into their story until something that it takes mass numbers, 60 people, 30 people with Nassar. It takes mass numbers for people to go, oh, wait a sec. Or my job's on the line, I better do something. Michigan State, I better do something.
Right.
I gotta protect myself. And now maybe these young women actually have something to say.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, it's awful.
On a good note, last night was the beginning of the 27th season for Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, yay.
Believe
That's
that?
a long time.
It's so fun to watch.
27 years?
27 seasons.
Oh, okay.
There's
okay, I'm like
27 years.
Oh, okay, got it. So, all right. That makes sense.
I know. I'm like, 27 years?
That's a long
I
time.
wasn't even born yet.
That's in 1991, honey.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Me neither.
But what's so fun is a lot of these pros my daughter danced with. They were on the same dance team down at Center Stage.
How
Yeah,
cool
and
is
it's just fun to see how they have, they've taken their love and they've done amazing things.
That's awesome.
But so it was the intro of all the celebs and their new their partners, and Mary Lou Retton.
Yes.
She's like 50, and it just
She looks great.
Oh my gosh, it was just so fun. Some of them I didn't know who they were. But here's one that I just loved. It brought tears to my eyes. Her name is Danielle Umstead, and she's a paraplegic medalist.
Isn't she?
Yeah. And she's completely blind. Oh, gosh. She has like a sight dog.
So amazing.
I mean, the sight dog came on to the dance floor. It's like there's such a bond that he just needed to be by her, And she starts off, and so here's the choreographer. I forget who her, pro was, but he's like, I've never had to teach somebody that was blind. So he had her put her hands on his thighs as he was moving the feet, so she could get a feel, of what he was talking about.
Wow.
And I even watched Bruno when he was giving her critiques, and he was like, so you need to do your arm like this so you can stretch out. I'm like, dude, she can't see.
You got to be a little
You got to
bit.
be a little more.
Yeah. Tell
But
the dog.
she started out the top of the dance on stairs, and her partner took her by the hand, and she, her head was up. You would have had no idea, and it was the most beautiful, magical thing.
Wow.
It was something I was just like, thank you, Jesus.
Tell you what.
Thank you, Jesus, for the heart of people that go like,
Well, what
not letting
human
anything-
beings can overcome, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, really. They
crazy.
say that people without sight, they develop as like a sixth sense with
difference,
their,
yeah.
they develop their hearing even stronger. Or without hearing, they develop their something. They compensate some other places. So she's probably got to feel psychically, which is amazing.
Yeah. It was incredible. Her husband came, and her husband came out. What's the old man's name?
Oh, God, don't ask me the name. I don't know.
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I forgot his name. It was like right there. But anyway, he's kind of like the Simon Cowell.
Yes.
He's kind of the
Little critical.
negative.
Yeah.
He's
Kind
the
of
one that just
nitpicky.
kind of like deflates the balloon.
Yes.
And Carrie Ann is so happy and positive, and Bruno is just like, whoa, but they all have their personalities. But whoever the old man was, he just was kind of just reaming at her. I'm like, dude.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, just make sure, you have your very technical. And I'm thinking, she can't even see what you're talking about. She can't even visualize
You made himself
what
look
you're
like an
trying
ass.
to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
he
like,
made himself
okay,
like an asshole.
tell the partner, then the partner can show her, okay, pull your shoulders or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But anyway, it was
Remarkable that she can do that, yeah.
That is some good entertainment.
That's
Because you know what?
It is.
I have done Dancing with the Stars here locally for charities. And y'all, how many times do you just like get out there and bust a move and like do all kinds of crazy? You don't. Y'all, we don't. As adults, we don't do cha-chas every day, and we don't do the foxtrot. And we don't do that stuff. And it's a scary thing. And you've got, they're learning to dance in a week.
wow.
They're like, they take off. And the longer you're on there, the more money you make.
Ooh.
I know. You
like
sign
that.
Camille up, y'all.
Oh, yeah, sign me
Sign
up.
her up.
Let's get me dancing. No.
You suffer from menstrual problems, don't you?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's menopausal, really.
No,
is menstrual-
because
yeah.
Tina, our common doctor, said nope. Menopause gets the blame for everything. It's just what the hell your body. You have satanic projectile periods.
Well, it get better, but no, it's the pain.
It's the pain.
It's
I
the
have got a
pain.
solution for you, Camille.
What is the
Hold
solution?
on to your
Pain.
seats, everyone, because there is a suppository like none other.
Ooh, an insert,
Yep.
like a tampon insert,
No, it's a suppository. They're not that big.
but it goes in the JJ,
Yes,
not in the anus.
it does.
Okay, you
It
said
goes
suppository,
there.
and I'm going to go.
But
Bitch.
it's made of something special.
What?
Pot.
What?
It's a cannabis infused suppository. It's called Foria Relief.
For your vagina.
Foria.
What does that mean in
That's
Spanish?
the-
So I think that means something in Spanish.
I don't know. It's the name of it. But
Flower or
it's supposed to maximize the muscle relaxing and pain that's happening in the uterus and all those areas around there.
Really?
I think you should try it. Camille's like, well, I'm after a little investigating.
I might have to go. Where do I get it?
You can go online.
Seriously?
Yeah.
They sell them online.
They sell cannabis suppositories for a lot of different things. Right? And it's made with cocoa butter. I guess that's the component that holds it all together.
That's the lubrication that gets it all in the bloodstream. You got to have a little fat to
I remember my
circulate
mom.
it.
I remember my mom and my granny, my aunts. I
I'm
was
not sure
little.
if I could do it. Is that gonna make you loopy? Do you get high? I wonder. Okay, I'll test drive that. I'll let y'all know.
She will not.
I'll let you know. I might.
Really?
I
I'll
tell you what.
Oh, you're in pain though.
I'm up 4 o'clock this morning, y'all.
See, that's what you should be asking Jesus. You should say, Jesus, I am a woman in my 50s.
Yeah, we just-
Why do I need to suffer pain, cramps, and projectile satanic blood shooting out of me? When I'm in my 50s, I have no reason to have a period.
So glad I shared anything with you. I think it's actually her.
You are helping a lot of women out there that are like, me too. It's a whole new Me Too movement, y'all.
Yeah.
Camille's like, raise your hand. If you have blood spurts coming out you like you have just been stabbed in an artery. An artery in the vagina is what we're talking about, y'all.
God, Gretchen.
Seriously, y'all. Camilla's like this. She's like, "Oh,
We're
I'll
gonna
be
have
right
to,
back."
We're gonna have to retape this.
No, we're not. We are speaking to the crowd right now, girl.
Oh my
You know what?
God.
I can tell you, I can join your pep rally right now because after I had my 5th kid,
Yeah.
I
had my 5th kid.
after I had my 18th kid, y'all, I was bleeding so much I had to wear 2 tampons. And I remember some lady, some like Christian lady was like, "That's just not right." And I go, "Sweetie pie, I'm pretty sure your husband's penis is bigger than 2 tampons. You can handle it."
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Cannabis
Cannabis
suppositories.
I'm gonna have to really find me a website.
Maximizing the muscle relaxing and pain associated with projectile satanic
Okay, we're gonna have to check that out.
Periods.
Okay, we're gonna have to check it out.
You go ahead.
Does it say blood spewing? Really?
No, that's just you.
That was. I think that's just you're adding to it. Oh my God.
No, but
great.
don't you think? Okay,
That might be the best.
Mr. Who Cares? I want you to turn the volume up right now because I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to preach to you for a second. Here's what
You do
happens.
have that kind of preachy thing going on.
Y'all.
You
if
have
I,
that
If I had a podium, I'd
Texas
slap it. I'd
swing.
slap that.
Yeah, you got that Texas.
Because you know what? Here, you
Southern
think about
Belle
it.
preacher daughter.
You think about the valleys, the highs and the lows of our menstrual life.
The life of our vagina, right?
I am yelling because this is so important. No, but you think about it. When you first start your period, like you really think you're dying.
I know.
The front cramps.
I never
the
had
back
problems.
cramps.
Never. You will never have heard me complain once. I'm not kidding you.
Okay, but there are masses of people.
Absolutely.
My doll was invented
I'm
for
just
a
saying,
reason.
I did not have anything.
Until now, see, you should be asking Jesus why.
Well, either I've got less
now.
dopamine or painkiller in my system for some reason, or I'm extremely, I don't know what the hell. And how do I still am I dropping eggs? I asked my doctor. I
See,
said,
that's a whole waste. That's a whole
she
waste of
said,
blood coming
if
out of
it's-
us.
If it's red. I said, it's red. It is not. Oh, she said, you're still dropping eggs. I'm like, make it stop. Make it stop. She goes,
Evil spirit, I do not want to touch her hair right now because it'll squish it.
don't lose my hair.
No, but you know what? And you think about people, even our age, that we have acne.
I know.
We have acne. Y'all have one right there and right there.
The doctor said the 2 times for unwanted pregnancy, the 2 ages.
Janet
50.
Jackson.
Yeah, 50 and
Janet.
18.
Except she probably wanted it. And
Well, teenagers.
how the hell
Teenagers.
are we? We
Because
are
we
now
think
in
we
the
can't.
same category
As a teenager. Yes.
I'd like to think about it in other
Because you
areas.
think you can't. You think, oh, well, I should be done. And most of us are kind of off birth control or off our stuff.
But you know what? The same doctor told me, she goes, look, you can have a period, but you're not dropping eggs. Like
Unless it's bright red. And if it's bright red, you probably are.
Camille's, y'all don't use a public bathroom after Camille's been in there.
Now, I'm sanitary. You need to
like,
take that back.
911! I just had an accident! Sitting in the cleaning hazmat!
She's so full of shit. And let's talk
Lisa
about that.
Knobler-
Let's talk
Oh,
about your shit.
y'all, we
Let's
can.
talk.
We will go there. We will go there. I want you to finish your hot dog and sandwich right now because what I'm going to share with you, we talked before we started filming about, let's just talk like men.
The stuff what I'm thinking is if we talk like men, y'all probably would just turn us off and go, oh my God.
But men talk about it like seriously,
Right.
like, hey, what you having for dinner?
Right.
Just took a shit. Whoa, right?
So true.
So Camille is the
Oh my
best
God.
friend when it comes to giving me things to aid my ails.
Yes, I will help her out.
I
any
know.
way I can.
And so she sells this green stuff and this pooping pill.
It's minerals.
And the pooping pills,
It's called clean.
obviously. The pooping pills do their job.
They do.
But one thing that I was like not loving is I felt bloated all the time. Okay. So then Camille gives me this.
The fiber. The fiber.
The fiber.
Yeah, gotta bulk it up.
Y'all, that fiber was pulling shit from my earlobes. Because I was texting Camille on the toilet. I'm like, I am in a holding pattern.
Oh my God.
I can't leave.
Well, the dog part was killing me. I mean, when you're talking about.
Y'all, I'm just gonna.
My God.
You can turn the volume down if you don't want to hear, but it is shock talking right at the very core. I don't know why my dogs like to come in, and here's my issue. No,
dogs are smellers.
It's not about the smell. Stop it.
Okay, I'm sure you smell. Your poop smells perfect. Sure.
First of all, when I'm looking for another house to live in, I like my toilet to have a door.
Well, yeah.
I don't like a toilet to be in the same room that everything else needs to be
you
happening.
Need privacy. I'm with you.
I don't even have a man in my life. I'm not married, but you know what? My dogs are like the men in my life. They are the children. They just can't leave me alone when I need 38 minutes to take my crap. So I am sitting there on the toilet, y'all, and I am stuck. I'm not stuck.
It's stuck.
It is. It's like a corn dog from a state fair.
Oh my Lord!
Y'all know how big those are, right?
That's quite the girth.
So the dogs, I'm not kidding you. I look down and the dogs are like this. Because my face was like, ah! I'm sure I was screaming. I'm sure I was. And it wasn't relieving itself. Like there was no end.
Oh
I know now why my boys take the phenomenon pictures, because it was like, I just did that?
You need to flush mid-poop. You're going
clogged.
to clog it. Yeah, you got a courtesy flush.
I'm texting Camille going, I am out of my shit pills, obviously. What did you give me? And Camille goes, oh no.
It's a good fiber.
This is good. It is pulling all those toxins from the inner deep wells of your colon.
Colon creases are kind of getting cleaned out.
Y'all, that stuff must have been in there since I was 12.
It's good though. It's good you had a big poop. It's good. She has big poopies.
I needed surgery after that one. I'm just going to tell you right there. I was like, my dogs
bleeding from her anus.
Oh, my dogs need therapy. I know you bleed from your vagina. I bleed from my. Oh, seriously, it was as if I had sex and I didn't.
Way too much.
Y'all have been waiting for us to do a funny one. You're welcome.
This is funny. This is serious. This is serious.
You know the funny thing is, there's people out there that go, A, I have satanic projectile periods like Camille, and B, I have state fair corn dog sized poops like Gretchen. Now, when I mention the state fair, I want y'all to know I'm from Texas and I know exactly how big. Because everything's bigger.
Just big.
I know how big.
Deal.
Those corn dogs are like on a stick. That's like a yardstick, y'all. And the problem is,
state fairs are a big deal in Texas.
Oh, they're so.
I just think of yellow bell dresses. That's what I think of. The yellow rose of Texas. That's what that is.
Well, Big Texas is
big.
Do you know what Big Texas is?
Remind me.
Yeah, no.
Remind me. I think I do. Remind me.
Big Tex is the blow up cowboy.
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
That sounds terrible.
So, yeah, we're talking about blow up dolls now, y'all. We're talking about everything.
That I cannot contribute to. I cannot. I have no background info on a blow up doll.
Well, I think they're mostly for men, but I think that they do make blow up dolls for women.
Do you know what? I was watching Botched one time,
and
there was some guy that's looking like a woman, and he went in to see the doctors, and which I have so much respect for those doctors. I mean, they see some really scary shit, and they see some really weird people.
Totally.
And the guy the whole time was doing like this, and so the little dark-haired guy, the doctor, he goes, I can't professionally talk to you when you keep doing your mouth like that, because that's what blow up doll. I get their mouth is ready for
ready
any
to
insertion,
receive,
right? And so the whole time this patient was like this, and he goes, "My goal in life is to look like a blow up doll."
Oh my God!
So his lips were ginormous.
Yeah.
He had cha-chas like yours.
Like yours.
You're real though.
Mine are. Yeah.
Camille's not a blow up doll, y'all. She's real.
I don't have any fake cha-chas.
Hey, well, let's move out of this shit ass
Shit show.
topic.
Let's get the shit show out of the way.
I just want to mention a few crazy ass, ridiculous beauty trends that are happening now.
Yeah, you were telling me some. I'm kind of like, I can't abide.
I stopped at 3, y'all. There are at least 15. But
I'm shocked. I'm a little shocked at
well,
this.
shock talking. Here we go.
Okay, tell me.
Hairy fingernails. Now, when I first was reading this, I was like, wait, we don't have hair follicles on our fingernails.
People have hairy knuckles sometimes.
Right.
That's what I thought you were saying when you first told me. I'm like,
No.
what does that mean?
So here was the
That's not
picture.
a lot.
Every one of the nails had a picture of a face, and then they had glued on hair on either side. So it was like a hairdo with it came down to like a little elastic, and it was about this long. Every single finger had that on there. Hairy fingernails. How do you eat your food?
Why the?
How do you do one damn thing of oral or any kind of hygiene with hair?
I mean, I can see if you're doing some sort of puppet thing for a show or your children or something, but not permanent.
Well, I mean, it's not permanent, but
I know,
it's
but
glued on.
Okay, but
right.
2 days of that's permanent to me.
She's going permanent. I'm like, why would you
How
spend
do you
money on
wipe
that?
your butt with hairy fingernails? And
Don't worry about me. I got that figured out. Speaking of hair, here's another one.
She is always just gross. Can I just tell you, she is. I know we're good friends because I know everything about that girl.
No, I don't ever.
We can share it all. We just tell it all.
And that's, we will eventually share
We will.
it all with you.
We
We
will.
know that Camille gets dick pics. All the time. Y'all, you have no idea. It is a phenomenon in her quote.
Phenomenon. It's hilarious.
And in your defense, can I just say, it's not like these are ugly men.
They're not
it's
ugly
not
dicks.
like,
They're not ugly
I don't
dicks.
even get that far.
I
I'm
don't know.
like, God, their faces
I don't know.
are hot.
Well, some of them, I don't even know. I haven't
even
seen
know
a
if
lot of their
they're real.
faces. I don't know if they're real. I don't
They
know.
could just be.
Maybe it's the same guy. Maybe it's the same guy with just a different dick pic every week.
I think you're being dick fished.
Dick fish.
I think you're being dick fished. There was a guy that made a comment on one of my Instagram pictures, and I looked at his profile.
The two people he had.
No. But it said like, I just spit, sorry. It said like, I am an incredibly handsome, blue-eyed, blonde hair, 6'4", and he names his weight, blah, blah, blah.
Adonis.
And I'm like, oh no, you're some short, fat, old, bald man. You know what I'm saying?
He said that?
No, but I didn't even respond to him. But I'm thinking to myself, who goes on in your description and says, I am this, and I'm...
Yeah. Someone who doesn't have a good picture to start pretending there's that. Yeah.
Exactly.
We get fished all the time.
Nose hair extensions, y'all.
How is that possible?
Okay, so what the picture was, it was like
From
a
the
spider.
The cilia hair.
Shut up. It is basically glued on. It looks
shut
like eyelashes coming out of the nostrils
That's what
on
I'm saying.
both sides.
Well,
It was
glued
like
to what? The cilia? The hair is called cilia in your nose.
She just wanted to throw that big word out
Well,
there.
you just need to listen up because it is called cilia.
I know that. I've taken science class.
Well, then, what the hell? Are gluing it on the cilia?
Gluing it onto something, Camille, but it looked like two flowers. Two black sunflowers or something, because the
Like a
hair was
butterfly.
black. But the whole circle of the nostril on each side had hair. Wouldn't you be going like this the whole time?
Who thinks that's attractive? That's what I want to know. I would be getting those little rotator razor thingies, and when you're sleeping, all I would be doing,
Why get that far? Why don't you just pull them?
because I couldn't touch them. I wouldn't want to touch that. I would get a gadget to do my job.
You know, your point is very valid. Like, who decided?
Who thinks that's sexy?
That's a good idea.
I can't. I mean, to me, nose and hair,
Just
ear
like-
hair
No.
and nose hair, to me are like, and even eyebrow hair that gets away from you. Okay,
No.
that's like old man, hairy.
Yes.
That they can't see in
We
the
are
mirror
not.
anymore.
You are not getting
Ugh.
shock talking seal of approval. Just so y'all know. Like, titty
Nobody
hair.
gives a
Like, that is, now that's going to be coming back. We already talked about the pelt.
Nipple hair?
I don't
they
have
gluing
it.
that
No,
on?
I will tell you everything about me, but I
Well-
do not have nipple hair.
Hold on a minute. Now, nipple hair, let me tell you why people get nipple hair from my limited medical information. They have.
Celia.
Well,
Seriously.
whatever.
Well,
Whatever.
the cilia growing on the areola. No, go ahead.
I
go
just
ahead.
yanked that fucker.
Oh,
Okay, sorry.
You would think we've been drinking. We have not.
Well, she might have been. But anyway, no.
That causes constipation. Are
I
you
can't
kidding
even remember
me?
anymore. It says it's some sort of a hormone deficiency.
I believe it.
And it's a problem for women.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that would be awful.
Yeah. Ooh.
So, I follow some. I'm very fascinated by plastic surgeons. I'm very fascinated at the artistry of what they can do.
You don't need it.
No, but I'm just saying, like, and they'll always do before and afters, and especially when it comes to breast augs, and they are very respectful in that. They usually put a smiley face on the areola, or like a heart, or a cucumber, or something. I don't know.
Black line. They cut the face off.
I'm like, that actually does not make it a boob. It's the flesh around it that makes it a boob.
Just taking the nipple and covering it up doesn't help.
Does not, y'all. It's still a boob.
That's right. That's right.
Some 9-year-old little boy still knows that it's a boob. Anyway, this before her areolas were like
all over,
down and out,
and cockeyed. Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't here in the middle. They were down. And this doctor, I don't know if it was male or female, actually cut them off.
Ooh.
And put them back.
They got good headlights.
Can you imagine how happy that woman is now?
Absolutely.
She's like flashing everybody.
I'd be high beaming. Absolutely.
Okay, now this last one, I was like, oh my Helen of Troy. These people have gone nuts.
What?
Not that the other two things aren't crazy. So I've never gone to have a blowout, like a hair blowout thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have. Just a hair blowout.
And apparently, like, people love it and they want it to last for days and so forth. So people are getting Botox treatments done in their scalp. 200 shots in their scalp of Botox so that their blowouts.
Oh my gosh.
Now see, every time I use that word blowout, it just reminds me of a baby diaper that has left the diaper area and gone onto the clothes.
Exactly what I would call it. Yep. Blowout.
Yeah. But they're spending $2,000 per session.
For Botox?
For Botox in the scalp that I guess minimizes the amount of oil so your hair doesn't get greasy and dirty.
Use dry shampoo.
You know what I don't get too? I'm like, do you not sleep on your head? Like, doesn't it, I mean...
Wash your effing hair. Sorry. I mean, I just don't.
She's on her period, y'all. Things come out.
I've had a bad week.
They project out. All kinds of orb areas.
We are not posting this shit.
Yes, we are.
Because I'm swearing I flipped you off. You're calling me a bitch.
I never said that, Jesus, and you know that. Are you ready to get serious?
Oh, yeah, because that's what this one is. We are all in. This is my best one.
I know. I talked to a psychic and she was like, shock talking is really therapeutic for you. Apparently, you know all about my bowel movements.
Laugh my ass off.
And it is a wonder why I'm still single.
I'm up till 4 a.m., so it is not a wonder.
I know. God, talk about sleep in a bra.
I'm sleep deprived. Oh my gosh.
Shit like a man.
You talk like a trucker. Now let's not get on to me because I'm a lot worse than you.
I have not been asked to speak at a church lately, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Okay, no, we want to get to the part that actually gives us some validity.
We're
of what we're talking
we're 45
about.
minutes
No,
in.
we're good. We're going to talk about this. This is
Okay,
relationship issues. This is where you come into the matter.
Oh, is this where I get to have a voice? Okay, great.
Give me a break. You're the one that's like, I grew up on the farm picking cherries.
Fighting off migrant workers. Go ahead.
Trying to pick my cherries. Never ever has sounded right when you say that. Never. Gosh.
Oh, Lordy.
Okay, give me your serious face right now. Well, so Sharon Osbourne and she's on The View.
Love her, but
oh my gosh, I love her. I do. I love her. I just think, you know what? She's trashy classy.
Totally. She's married to Ozzy Osbourne, but she
says
can bring
things. I'm not sure she would talk about her poop like I do, but she's beautiful and she's very. I know. You're welcome. But she was talking about how Ozzy and they've been together 36 years, married 34.
That's a long time. That's a lifetime.
That he wants to have sex more than she does. And so she basically goes, I'd like to do the occasional like Christmas, birthday. Leave me alone on Mother's Day. Those kind of things.
So she's a celebration sexer.
Yeah, she's like,
gotta be a holiday.
I just don't need it.
Like she's a social drinker, she's a social sexer. Okay, got it.
I kind of think like maybe those holidays are just tolerant of him. Like I'm not sure that she's sitting around going, oh, I can't wait for my birthday.
Right.
My birthday present, I get to have sex. And so the story goes on that, he's had at least 6 affairs.
That we know of.
Right?
Yeah.
And she says, and these women that he had these affairs with, it's not like they were ginormously beautiful.
No.
Oh my gosh, I should be jealous. She goes, they're like, what? But then she goes on to say, okay, and it's public known that in 2016 he went and had addiction treatment for sex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he has an addiction to sex.
Yeah.
Right. And so she goes, you know what? I've been with him so long, I can't imagine life without him.
Yeah.
So, I don't trust him, but I'm not going to leave him. Okay, break down that relationship.
Well, first
that
of all,
thought.
first
We
of
don't
all,
have time for that relationship.
the whole thing. I mean, yeah, let's get so Ozzy Osbourne is a novelty act. I mean, he's and I'm sure personally he's a little bit of a train wreck, but he loves her. Okay, there's no doubt that man loves her, and she must know that.
Wasn't there a song called Crazy Train?
There was Crazy Train, and he wrote it. But I do feel like that they have to have a core of love. She's not threatened by his infidelity. Now, does she like it? No. Does she trust him? Of course not. But it's kind of like, someone who's a foodaholic or an alcoholic or a drug addict. You put candy or drugs or something in front of that person, they're not going to say no. So she knows he's not count-onable. You can't count on him to manage himself. He has low self-control. You've seen him on stage, right? He does things he's salacious. He does things for attention. That's probably who he is, period. So he's a little crazy guy. So she knows who she's with, but she's not threatened. He doesn't love anybody else. He adores her. He loves her. And he's probably so shameless about it. He's probably just poured out his heart and soul to her, and he cannot live without her. She gets the guy loves her. So, he's flawed.
How are you just okay with that?
Now, she didn't say she's okay with it.
No, but you said, you put candy in front of somebody that can't help themselves.
She accepts it.
I remember being in a relationship, going to a movie. I don't know who's in the movie. I don't know the actresses, but every time there was some sort of a sex scene, or maybe they were in bras and panties, and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I hate this feeling, because you don't know what they're thinking.
Well, you know what they're thinking. That's why you hate that feeling.
That's
you are
right.
going,
yeah.
Oh, here we go. He's, thinking about that in his head. And he is.
And he will.
And he will.
Yeah.
But she's obviously gone, she's gone through so many of those moments with him that she's not taking that personal anymore. It just has to have tits and ass. It just has to have a nipple, or it just has to have lips. Whatever he's drawn to, that's his kink. And he did sex addict treatment. They're obviously in therapy. She's done a shit ton of work on herself, and she knows it is not about her. She could be, blonde, brunette. It doesn't matter. She can't change herself, so he's going to fix himself. This guy's fatally flawed, and he's admitting it. He's loud and proud about it in a way.
Let me ask you a question about sex addicts.
Yeah.
Because I think that encompasses a lot of different definitions,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, an addict to me, whether they are in control, it's always there.
Yeah,
the
they aren't probably ever in control, but yeah.
How does somebody stay married to somebody that's a sex addict? Because whoever is married to them, it's not their job to make sure they're sober. It's not their job to make sure they don't mess up.
So for Sharon Osbourne, for her life isn't dependent upon his sobriety. She's got her whole own life going on. She's got her own children, her own whatever, and she's occupied in that. She could basically hire someone to manage him in a way. That's possible. But she's not affected by his addictions because she can't let herself be. Now, someone without that kind of money, because I think the money...
what about the normal person?
Yeah, the average person financially can't probably afford what they've got going on. But they do have a lifestyle. They have a community. They've built an empire together. And she loves him and he loves her.
Right, okay, but let's talk about the average couple.
The average couple, it's unworkable. The ethics and integrity are always out.
Yeah.
And if it would take someone who has their own thing going on, and then it's don't call me on mine, I won't call you on yours. Okay. And some people that like drug addicts, alcoholics, he drinks, she snorts coke. Okay. There's a workability there. Sick, but it's true. Okay. Someone who's
God, so it's almost like, well, okay, I can justify mine because look what you're doing.
That's right. And they don't want to give they don't give their stuff up.
Sounds pretty unhealthy.
Very unhealthy. However, they accept each other's weakness.
But I would think that both people in that situation goes, well, I better stay with this person because if
no
I
one
went
else
to
is
somebody
going to put
else,
up
they're
with me.
not going to.
You're damn right. That's exactly right. So there's the work, and they can accept the brokenness of each other. But when someone has something behind a person's back, and it is damaging, like it's someone who's got a sex addiction, and they are constantly cheating on their partner. The addiction and the cheating kind of go hand in hand. And if that person doesn't have their own addiction that they're trying to hold on to or keep and secretly have something behind that other person's back, it causes breakdowns. So, and I don't know that people are always sex addicts that go to rehab for that. It's like, I'm a sex addict, that's why I cheated. Or not, you just have no morals, no ethics, and no integrity.
Right.
So, or maybe no
that was just what you fell into. Maybe you could have gone out and got drunk, but you had sex with somebody. But
what I've noticed with people that do drink and party and go to bars and stuff, they tend to end up in bed with somebody else. Just But the act of an affair is typically revenge. So you got to look at all of it. I do think Sharon Osbourne, Ozzy, they love each other, but he's got some major addictions, and it's sorted through.
You think?
But it took years. Look, she sorted through all that crap. But no, it's not going to last. People that have addictions like that can't last.
I kind of wonder, are they in it because it's a business? You know what I'm saying? They have an empire. Because their kids are older.
All marriages are a business, honestly. I mean,
that's
why.
You got to think about
why they're still together. I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying, they make money as a couple.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Because I can't imagine any healthy relationship going, you know what, he or she, that's just how they are. And I'm okay with that because I really love their heart. No, we're humans, that hurts. Well, when that trust is broken, and however that is.
Well, unless she doesn't need.
Pam, she can't talk right now.
I'll call you back, sissy.
She'll call you right back.
Call you back, sissy. Look, people. I wrote a book, and I talk about people have to renegotiate sex. They renegotiate their relationship and the terms of their relationship over time. Okay, so I'll have to get that call in a second, but I probably need to go soon.
Hey, Pam.
It might be a little crisis. I just know she's in crisis, so I'll deal with it.
Okay.
But anyway, and we're almost done here anyway. But over time, you renegotiate your commitment to each other, and sometimes the relationship needs to end because you're growing in different directions. Right. Like, I don't know you anymore. I don't really love you anymore. I don't have these connections anymore. But sometimes there's still this fondness or this affection, and you can't see your life without them.
Yeah.
And it's more like a sibling-ish type thing, and you compensate with other things. Maybe each of you have an affair. You have your bodyguard lover, best friend, or whatever. You don't know, but people, they compensate, or you renegotiate sex. And I've got one lovely couple. They've been married for 40 plus years. She hates sex. She was abused as a kid. She's always hated it. She's had her children. She's done having sex. She doesn't care as long as he doesn't bring her around. It's not more than one time at whatever. He does happy endings, frankly, and that's
with other people,
with random people. Okay, and he pays for it, and it's not love. If it turns into love, he's promised that'll end it. But that's how and that's okay, and that's enough for him. He's older. He doesn't need full blown, intercourse. But that's how they stay together. That's how they stay married. So you negotiate these terms of your relationship. She doesn't want to hear about it either. Okay.
Yeah.
But your terms would be your guy doesn't get to do that shit, and he wouldn't want you doing that either. That's how love is for most people.
Yeah.
You want to be it for your partner, and he needs to be it for you.
Right.
I agree with that. But for some people, when they've got,
and I do understand
lifetime together.
I do understand when people, when they have a history together.
Totally.
And maybe they are so dependent on that relationship they can't imagine starting over. Or they can't imagine being alone.
Or they've got a sick partner.
Or they can't.
Someone's dying of cancer. Someone who they've got a brain tumor, or again, they don't want to leave them. They love them, but he has needs.
Right.
So. And I can't tell you how many sometimes affairs keep marriages going longer, y'all.
Why?
Because the pain's met. The pain's handled. He's not needing something. She's not needing something. So they can get their needs met somewhere else, and they can go home and be okay with what's going on at home because they're not starving for sex or affection.
Weird.
Well, but relationships are crazy weird. I've seen it all.
You know what? And I bet you've seen too that there's not a one size fits all.
No, there's not. No.
No.
But true love does really exist. I mean, you really could find your soulmate. Honestly, I believe that's possible.
Not after we talked about my poop, we're not.
Oh shit, he's loving it. He's thinking,
he's like,
so
oh,
cute.
Oh no.
He's thinking,
my dogs were like,
her pooper's healthy. Maybe he had someone die of colon cancer. You don't know. He's probably thinking, good. Her colon's healthy.
Just so you know, I'm having a colonoscopy next month too.
And I'm picking her up.
I'm gonna make sure everything is okay down there.
Oh my God! Right, we're gonna see what you say coming out of propofol. That is like some random weird shit. When I come out of propofol, I've had.
Isn't that what Michael Jackson died from?
Yes, overdose from that. You could die from that, but you're not going to overdose because you're not going to have 50 liters of it. You're not going to have a gallon in your body.
Oh,
no.
Hell.
When I came out of propofol, I said the weirdest shit to the nurse. She ran out of the room bawling.
What did you say?
I talked about her dad.
Camille.
I was telling her, I know, and she went and got
You
the
went
doctor.
all psychic on her?
I went all weird on her. I was out of my body, and I was telling her about her dad and everything, and she's like, she started bawling. Her dad had just died.
Oh
and
my gosh, woman.
He told me something to tell her, and I told her, and I can't remember to this day what it was.
Oh, wow.
But she ran out of the room sobbing, and the doctor came in.
Was that after she
The
blown
doctor
you
said,
out?
yeah, this is after.
She's
thank God.
like, got it on.
I was gone. Yeah, she's going to get
I'll
even
show
with me.
you, right?
No. So the doctor came in. He's like checking me, making sure I was okay. But I told her all sorts of shit.
Oh.
Crazy, huh?
Wow.
I know.
Like, what should I expect? Did they put like a garden hose up there or something?
You know, they're not gonna hose you. But some people have defecated on the table. I've asked all these questions. And so sometimes it's messy. Even though you do your colon blow, they got a colon blow prescription. You're gonna be colon blowing before.
No, they didn't. They just told me I could have clear liquids. I don't have like any. I know. I got the paperwork and I was expecting because my insurance company was like, we covered this one. Blah, blah, blah.
Did
It was
colon
like a
blow
kit.
for 2 days. Yeah.
I kind of want that, y'all. I'd like to drop about 10 pounds. Can I please have a colon blow? I don't need a colonoscopy.
Drop
Guys,
about
have a
80
colon
pounds.
blow.
Can I do 80 of those?
Come on, like, can I have 6?
I need 8.
Gretchen, can you bring? No, don't bring the food. I don't want
will
that.
you refill your script? No, really, you do a colon blow for like 2 days, and then your colon's clear, totally clean. We were at a dinner with some friends, and this guy's like, I had a problem on the table. Apparently, I had a mess on the
You're
table.
like in the middle.
But you're kind of on a slant, and you're on like it's a sanitized. I'm sure they just went lift up,
Y'all, who
hose
wants
down.
that job?
I don't know. I could not.
Wants
Who does that
job?
shit? It's a shitty job.
It's like, but
I
I thought
put a
Joanna had it
camera.
bad.
They put a camera up your anus.
That is violent.
And it is a violation. And they're going to look and, it's a little itty bitty.
Yeah.
But they have a tube that goes up there to make sure you're all clear.
Yeah.
I've had 2. I'm good. My pooper is good. I think it's critical you do your test, women. So get your colon checked if you're over, 50?
Well, I barely
We
meet
barely
that one.
qualify. We're just ahead of the game. We're
Yeah,
30s.
somebody said the other day, why haven't you had one before? And I go, because I never called.
Yeah.
I don't have an excuse. I'm 53. I don't have an excuse.
She didn't have a ride home. And so now she does. I'm going to take her home.
Okay, well, we're going to end. We have
You just
been
think about
almost
this.
1 hour, y'all. And if I do not get dates
I'm
this
sorry.
next week, I am not surprised.
I'm sorry.
I don't
I'm sorry
really care.
that you know way too
You know
much
what?
about our
You do.
lower half.
You know all about her and I in 2 separate areas.
And
I don't really care.
I don't have colon blowouts like she does. I'm pretty regular, actually. It's just and I'm gonna fix my vagina. I'll let you know about the suppository though. I'm gonna figure out that.
You know what? Has she ever ordered the vagina beer that she was supposed to tell you about?
I can't find it. I have tried.
Good.
I have
That means
looked.
they're not making it. That supermodel's
I
like,
know.
oh
I
hell
think
no.
I gotta order out of China. I don't know.
Oh, don't be doing that.
Oh, I don't. I'm not gonna. But I gotta see if Amazon has it now. I'll let you know.
In case you're wondering what the hell y'all talking about, we did a podcast. Go back and look. It's vagina beer.
Women's yeast from their
That
vajayjay.
is disgusting.
It was a model though. It was a model's vagina.
Whatever.
So men drinking model's vagina beer.
Okay. Anyway, y'all, we appreciate you sticking around. If you did, and Mr. Who Cares, you have a lot to think about right now.
We hope you care now, buddy.
Because you know what? We will call you out every single time. Why? Because we love you.
And just imagine my days with her. I know, it's so much fun. I love
You
it.
should go out of town with us.
No.
You shouldn't. No, you
it's
shouldn't.
fun.
We're not inviting you. Anyway, we are inviting you to like, share, subscribe, click that little bell
Yes.
on YouTube so you can get notifications
That we're
when our
coming.
next Shop
We're coming.
Talking and all this logical wealth of information that we share
Just open-
once a week.
Open head and whatever.
It's coming at you. Have a good week, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.